Hi, I'm Bonzi Wells of Let's Get Technical, and I'm here to talk to you about BetterHelp. Yes, BetterHelp, H-E-L-P. As a 10-year former NBA player, a lot of people think that we're invincible to everything because you have fame, you have money, you have a certain lifestyle. But people don't really get a chance to talk to you about the mental health aspects that us athletes fight with every single day. I know when I played basketball, I wish I was strong enough to be vulnerable enough to ask for help. Visit betterhelp.com/LGT. That's BetterHelp, H-E-L-P, and join the over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health with the help of experienced professionals. Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/LGT.
And here we are back once again with another episode of Let's Get Technical, presented by Ball is Life, with your boy Sheed Wallace and my man with the master plan, Bonzi Wells. Hey, we have a real special guest for y'all today, man. It's like I'm gonna go ahead and say it right now.
Yeah.
The guest that we have today definitely surprised me when I seen some of his high school videos, but the young man got game, and I'm not going to front on it. Ladies and gentlemen, today on our show, our special guest is Mac McClung of Texas Tech Red Raiders. Yo,
Yes,
hey, the young fella jumps out the building. So, yo, check it out.
Man, I appreciate you guys having me. I'm from Gate City, Virginia, real small town nobody's ever heard of. But
say it again.
Gate City, Virginia. It's on the Tennessee borderline. It's about a town of 1,600 people, so everybody knows everybody. Good little community. I got two siblings, an older sister and a younger brother. Real close with my family. I all grew up in Gate City, so that's kind of where I'm from.
Gate City. Say it loud, man. Come on now. You're gonna be representing Gate City, man. Everywhere, everybody where you're from, you know what I'm saying? You representing them, man. So I'm from a small town too, man. So I know what it's like, man, to represent for a small town, man. So get ready, man, to poke your chest out for Gate City, baby.
Right. And the fact that, yo, athletes running your family, huh?
They do.
Yeah. Your dad played football for VTech. You know, your uncle was a pitcher in the majors. So now you got to continue that, that McClung athleticism going into the league, man.
So, yeah, where'd that come from, bro?
Yeah, I don't know. I think my whole family just kind of had that competitive nature. The best athlete was probably my dad's sister. She played on the Canadian Olympic hockey team. So she has us all beat. So I definitely say it's a family of athletes, and I'm just trying to help carry the legacy.
Do she got all her teeth?
She does, actually. She's a lucky one for sure.
So that's crazy, when you think about, young fella, a lot of people don't, have the type of, gene pool that you have where you have an opportunity to have, successful athletes in your families. Let's talk about your uncle who got a chance to play in the pros. How did he inspire you to want to get to that next level? Because I know it's invaluable, the type of talks that he's had with you, onto your journey, making decisions. Let's just talk about the inspirational level there, through your family.
Yeah, no, I think the biggest advice he could give me, he obviously played different sports, but he knows like the mentality and all the business and, to the little things like your agent and who you pick, who you don't pick. Like it was just good to have some, some advice in those situations, but also like the mentality to carry yourself as a pro and how you do that. So I'm blessed and lucky to have that in my family tree. So I've really tried to take advantage as much as I can.
Yeah. So when you were in high school, right, and you started to get all these letters and offers from all these different universities and colleges across the country, what made you choose Georgetown?
Yeah, keep it 100 with you. I didn't really have that many offers. Like I really didn't. I had a bunch of majors, but I wanted to go high major. I wanted to be at the top of the, I wanted to be at the highest level. So I went to Georgetown and played open gym, and I had to go earn that offer. So I got that, and I was like, this is where I want to go. I love Patrick Ewing. He came to my house. I was like, this is me. I wasn't a high recruit, but I knew I could earn my way into the to playing time and all that.
So before that, before you even got to the Georgetown level, what grade were you in when you felt like, yo, I can hoop with anybody in this country? When was that moment for you?
Yeah, so I didn't start playing until the 8th grade. I started playing basketball in the 8th grade. I love football. That's all I played was football.
Okay.
And then 8th grade, I switched to basketball. And, obviously I didn't know. I wasn't the best. I remember I sat the bench my whole 8th grade, 9th grade year in my travel team. So I said, man, I got to get better. But, I think around sophomore, junior year, I started realizing I was a little different. I worked a little harder than everyone else. And I felt like I deserved to, to perform better. So that's when my confidence started kicking in.
So what grade were you in when you first dunked?
Yeah, that was the end of my freshman year. Everybody thought it would be like 7th, 8th grade, but I couldn't jump. I really didn't.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean you couldn't jump?
I mean, I was athletic. I was quick, but I just didn't have the bounce. So me and my dad went to work. Shout out to my dad. We're about to release a jump program out soon to kind of show everybody how I got my bounce and was able to dunk that. So I just kept working on it, and I fell in love with dunking. We done, and it was the end of my freshman year, and then it kind of took off from there.
Man, that's what's up. I want to give your pop some dap for that one, man. He got it figured out because everybody is wondering. Because when I first got hip to you, when I saw some of your videos a few years ago, I was like, man, obviously, I'm like, who is this white kid that's jumping out the gym? Because usually traditionally, white guys are just shooting jump shots, but you coming through windmilling and dunking on people and got a swag to yourself. Let's talk about the moment when you first went viral. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that moment.
Yeah. I'll kind of backtrack. This is kind of off topic, but when it comes to all the dunking and the swag, like how it all started. So I told you I was from a place middle of nowhere. Like I'd never seen a Division I basketball player, and that was my thing. Like I'm going Division I. Like that's what I'm gonna do. I never saw one, right? So we get to this camp, like, yo, there's this Division I guy there, and I'm not gonna call him out and nothing like that. I'm like, where's he at? I gotta see him. Like, what do I got?
Call him out.
I went and saw him. I was like, this motherfucker's born. Oh, I gotta watch my language. My fault.
No, you don't.
No, you can You can let it go.
No, you don't.
So I got to there and I saw the guy. And I'm like, and he was a white guy, and I was like, man, this dude's boring, man. Like he's got no swag. I was like, this is who I'm not gonna be. So I was like, for the next generation, when a kid like me goes to try to find somebody that's Division I and looks like me, like he's gonna see something different. He's gonna see a different swag. So that's kind of how I became, who I wanted to see. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how it all started with that. And then back to your question about the viral, it was kind of weird. I didn't really understand it. I didn't understand like people would see it and know who I was. So it was definitely an experience that I was unexpected.
Now's my favorite part of the show here, Mac. Let's get to these highlights because, as Bonzi said a few years ago, when you first hit my radar, I was like, yo, who's this white kid right here jumping out the building? But it wasn't. Your dunks don't look like, oh, it's lucky dunks like, oh, I barely dunked on you. No, from watching your highlights here, bro, man. I mean, I know it was a rush for you, one, to be dunking on so many people, and then two, from all these highlights that I'm looking at, you used to playing in front of big crowds, huh? Talk about some of these dunks you're doing on these fools, man.
Yeah, this one right here, that was our conference championship game. I remember, just a special time. You love those games. It's a big rival for us. Yeah, we were blessed with a bunch of great crowds, as you can see right here. Had a lot of connection with number one. That's my best friend. He would just drive and throw up the lob, and it was like a great chemistry. So, it was definitely a fun experience. The high school community and all the fans that came out was crazy.
Man, it's crazy, young fellas. I'm watching these highlights and I'm looking at your creativity, man. I mean, that dunk you did where you did a windmill reverse dunk, and that's a 50 in any dunk contest right now. You're doing this stuff in a game. What gives you the confidence to do this stuff in a game? Is it the crowd, or is it just the total confidence that your skill level is high, or is it both?
I think you feed off the crowd, and you kind of like, you want to do something different. You want to do a new dunk every game or something cool. And I practice these dunks after I work out, so I said might as well just put them in the game. You know what I mean? Not to practice them for no reason. So I took them all the game. I wasn't afraid to try anything in the game.
Well, Bonds, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Right? This young man, when he gets to the league, and if he stays healthy enough to be in the dunk contest, that's winner chicken dinner.
Oh, I mean, for real.
Look at this, man. Woo!
I mean, that's crazy. So now me and Rashid, we're old schools. You know, we're 90s players, we're grinders. And I know it's a new game with this 3-point shot. Which one do you get more of a thrill off? Breaking somebody down, hitting a long three, or really going in there, taking off on somebody with that dunk?
Yeah, I think the dunk for sure, just because it's a dominating shift. Like it just shows your dominance and that alpha dog. You dunk on somebody, it's a different momentum change, I think.
Oh, game changer for sure. You know, that's one of the reasons why I love doing it back when I was younger. But I can't jump over a Saturday newspaper right now. I tell you this, I love watching you play, man. And you know, you had some good games, especially against Texas this year. My nephew played for them, and man, just watching your whole overall game. I was only able to catch a game or two at Georgetown, but I caught a lot of your games there at Texas Tech, man. And boy, you on the way, Mac. You on the way. So what's some of the things to let our younger viewers know? What's some of the things that you work on individually to help pick your game up?
Yeah, no, I appreciate you saying that. First off, you know, the biggest thing I would do is just each year I would kind of focus on something else, and it'd be something I need to do. So one year, like, you know, I needed to get my handle better, and then the next year, I mean, I tried to work on some combo moves and then try to get my shot right. It's just like kind of just process of taking each game, like what am I missing, and adding that to my game. And I think the biggest thing I did was film study to, you know, find out who I really was and grow a lot.
Yeah, get used to that.
Yeah, and that's impressive to hear, young fella. But you know, that's very impressive because a lot of these kids, they don't understand that jump between high school and college. You know, a lot of guys are cocky. They feel like, oh, I'm this big guy in high school, and then they go to college and they get humble. Explain to these kids the level of work that you had to put in, or that you were surprised that you had to put in once you got to that college level.
Yeah, my mentality from the jump, like nobody was going to be in the gym more than me. And when I got to college, like that's all I care about. I think the biggest advantage people can have is like I don't have any distractions. Like I'm not worried about no girls. I'm not worried about no party. Like I'm here to hoop. Like that's what I love to do. This is gonna be my life. So you know, that was expected. I think that's what helped me kind of transition because, as you guys know, like when you go to college, like nobody cares what you have or how many followers you have on Instagram. So that's the biggest thing of these young hoopers. Just like your distractions will make you who you are and what in your future. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man, for sure. And that's one thing, I guess, you know, with Bonzi and I being some old heads, we wasn't used to that whole, you know, Instagram and Twitter, you know, with the followers. And yeah, you have a lot of followers with your young fella, and it's only going to get more once you up there with that NBA jersey on. And I don't really know you, but just from talking with you, I got the feeling you don't care where you play at, just as long as you make it to the NBA, huh?
Yeah, I just love the game, man. I'd be grateful to be with anybody who wants me. So it don't matter to me.
Yeah. And through this journey, you've been blessed to have some really great coaches. Let's talk about how your coaches along the way has prepared you for this journey that you're going on right now since you know, declared to go to the NBA draft and you kept your name in the draft. So just talk about the mindset and the preparation the coaches that put you that's helped you with so far.
Yeah, no, you know, starting back in my high school coach, man, he believed in me more than anybody. So that helped me grow. And then I went to college. I got the first shot with Patrick Ewing, as we know, the legend. Like it was so great being able to learn from him, somebody that's one of the greatest in our game. So that was another great experience. And I went to Texas Tech, and you know, I love Coach Beard more than anything in the world. So his mentality and he helped me grow. He's one of those dudes you just want to be around all the time because he loves he loves this shit, man. Like I can't explain it. Like all he cares about is winning a national championship, and he will. So no, I'm grateful. I got lucky in a lot of ways. So I think your coach can really develop you and take you to new heights, and I've been lucky with that.
Yeah, fact that it's always a great coach or a great mentor in your corner. And then your father as well. He was there helping you along with that way too, giving you those tips and everything, man. It's awesome. So let me ask you this. Who's your favorite team in the league right now?
My favorite team in the league right now. I would say just on things I've heard, I like the Miami Heat culture. Just how they grind and what they're about, and I heard a lot of stuff from Coach Beard, like their mentality with everything, and I like them a lot. I'm not saying I know anything about them really, but just of what I've heard, I'd say them.
So with you, say you get drafted by the Bullets. I mean the Wizards. Damn, I said the Bullets. That
come on, man. That was your year in '95, Sheed. Come on, man.
So say you get drafted by the Wizards. What is Mac McClung's box score going to be against the Miami Heat?
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't have any affiliation with nobody, so I don't really, whatever the coach needs to be the box score, that's what I'll do. You know what I mean? It's going to be a different role for me, no matter where I step in or where I start. So I guess the biggest thing is just finding that role and being the best I can be in it. So I don't really care what team, honestly.
Yeah. So Mac, let's talk about it, because we talked about off air. So culturally, let's talk about how fun it's been for you.
Spit that out.
I'll say it again. Culturally, is that better, Rasheed? So culturally, how fun has it been for you? Because we talked about off the air. Usually, white guys are just shooters. They just have more of a smooth type game. You come in here as an athletic dunk on you type white guy. How fun has it been for you? I know you've heard it all. I know people said a bunch of fun stuff to you. Fun stuff to you, because I had an honor to play with the great White Chocolate, Jason Williams, and he's one of the funniest guys in the world. So and he learned to embrace all the cultural jokes and all the funny stuff. And it was all through basketball. It wasn't nothing too offensive, but he had fun with it. What type of fun are you having with this?
Man, I love it. Playing this games, I've met so many great friends. I've met so many people, and I love the swag of the game. I'm not trying to be white. I'm not trying to be black. I'm just trying to be Mac. You know what I mean? So I just love the swag of the game, and I think the game's meant to be played with a certain swag, a certain spice. So that's just what I try to do. Just try to be me.
Yeah. Not trying to be white, not trying to be black, just being Mac.
You about to get them shirts made. Baller's Life, you heard him.
Oh man.
So Matt, let me ask you this. I'm not going to hold you too much longer. I just want to ask you one question, and it's not necessarily dealing with the IG site, but what does the words "ball is life" mean to you?
Yeah. I think it probably means, every day, like ball, like it's you think of the slogan, ball is life. Like a lot of these kids and a lot of, it made me think like how much when I was younger and I wasn't on balls, like how much you watched it, how much you like cared about like the high school hoopers out now and how much like you tuned in to ball is life. Like it literally is like such a major part of a lot of kids and a lot of older people's life. Like this game is really special, and I think ball's life has kind of helped people follow it more and follow the young high school kids, and it's definitely a dope and a great thing to start.
Man, there it is. That's beautifully said, young fella. Well, now we learned what we just learned. Who is the Mac? Mac, man, we really appreciate you stopping through, man. That was all love, man. Hey, man, we're going to really follow your career, man. We're going to pump you up as much as possible, man, because we know we're going to see you on the big stage real soon, man. So, hey, man, come back anytime, man. You're welcome here, your family here, man. And anything, man, Rasheed can do for you, man, on your journey, man, please reach out. Don't hesitate, man, because that's our duty to the young fellas, man. So blessing to you, man, on your journey, man. We wish you nothing but the best of you and your family, man, and good luck.
I'm honored, man. I appreciate you guys. I'm glad to connect with y'all. So I really appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. And I can't wait to the All-Star game.